Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone to rule well. And Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of sincerity and truth. I had this article, I was reading it and I was just like, yeah. It shows a kind of, shows the time when it shows how this place is done. Specifically Britain. Britain's like, the spirit has been taken off this place. And it's really because this is like the mother of the whore. And it had its time where, British Empire and whatnot, where it was at its peak. And now it's been in decline, man. You had the scandal of, with, the royal family and blah, blah, blah. The Meghan and the baby and whatnot. Which, more than anything, all the drama aside, it just showed how the luster and the so-called this place being special, this place being like, oh, maybe they're looking at it like, oh, racism not a thing, blah. No, it just shows it's the same shit all round. And anyway, as well, what's his face as well, Prince Philip, that guy croaking, and they did the utmost to keep him going, because that's how these elites are. These guys will do the utmost. So you got men like, was it David Rockefeller getting multiple heart transplants? This guy had like, Prince Philip had like a heart surgery, they said. But, they're obviously trying to keep him going. But he couldn't make it. So now it's this is the thing, these guys are looking to get their system in. So they're going to be intensifying, which is why they're trying to get, and part of that is bringing chaos, is destroying what they're set up there. But these things aren't going to work out in their favor, because you go to Job when he's about to fill his belly. Okay, let me read this. It says Brexit sales of milk and cream to EU down 96%, and chicken and beef by almost 30%. Oh man. Oh, that's traumatic. that's fucked. So it says FDA pleads with Boris Johnson to urgently restart talks to resolve the crisis. Sales of milk and cream to the EU are down an extraordinary 96%, and chicken and beef by almost 80% because of Brexit, new figures show. Now this whole Brexit thing was, when it was being sold, they were selling it like, oh, this is gonna be great. It's gonna make Britain, a paragon of the world again. Everyone's gonna be coming to us. Britain's got so much, doing the mostest in the world. So, therefore, there's no way there could be any possible downside. And all you've been hearing since it's gone through is downsides. The situation in Ireland, anyone could see that coming. Just because the whole point of like the resolution, the Good Friday Agreement, which stopped them guys blowing shit up and fucking having gunfights with the military, was that deal that was made, and then it's like essentially breaking that, because it's now Northern Ireland's a completely, it's no longer part of Europe, and regular Ireland is, which everyone, like, that was common sense. That was one of the main sticking points for the whole deal. And then Boris, promised one thing and now it's gone back. It's gonna be a point of contention. That's known. So that's all this is the thing is the elites, these things have been formulated and executed according to their desires. But what they're failing is that if Satan be divided, go to the scripture, if Satan be divided against himself, how then shall his kingdom stand? So it says overall trade barriers erected in Boris Johnson's deal have cost exporters more than 1.1 billion since the start of the year. Fucking hell, that's like 4 months. That's bare people out of the job. That's a complete mess, man. People are gonna be getting irate off that shit. No wonder people are out fucking saying like, yo, you duppied my business. I can't even go to the fucking pub and have a beer. So it says the organisation said it was essential that the UK urgently restart talks with the EU to resolve the crisis, something the Prime Minister so far refused to do. The statistics lay low how withdrawal from the EU withdrawal from the EU rather than the impact of C-19 lies behind the collapse in exports. Since the transition period ended on 31st December. And isn't it, I think it's still in June is when the full rules come in. The full rules ain't even come in yet. I think it's like 6 months grace period before like they do all the full checks at the border. Now it's only a certain amount. So it's gonna get worse. People are gonna be like, yo, can't even run the business, man. Just fuck it off, man. Move out to fucking France. Says the food and drink exports to non-EU countries rose by 8.7% between February 2020 and February 2021, but fell by 40.6% to the EU. Yeah, that's percentages. Huh. And yeah, the amount that was getting exported to the EU, no doubt, was going to be far greater. So even though there's an 8% gain, like the 40% loss is going to be a far more significant figure. So it says Downing Street has so far rebuffed industry calls to reopen negotiations with Brussels, other than to try to resolve the legal crisis surrounding the Northern Ireland Protocol. Yeah, that's because people are going to start getting fucking wigged and blown up, man. Because them Irishmen are a madness, man. But Dominic Gowdy, the FDF's head of international trade, said exports to our biggest market, Ireland, have also dropped more than 2/3. Damn. That's all through. Fucking done, man. This place is toast. UK businesses continue to struggle with inconsistent and incorrect demands at EU borders, and small businesses have been hardest hit due to the collapse of groupage distribution into the EU. Yeah, that's through. The small businesses are gonna croak first, but that's what that's what these elites are doing. They're strangling out the smaller business and then just unifying it all in one big, like the Amazons, the Apples, the Googles, those big. That's why it's like Amazon. Niggas was selling books, went to just general products, and it's like now man are doing they bought up Whole Foods, but they were doing Go stores, and I can't remember what they called them in the UK. Fucking seen it as well. I can't remember. But yeah, they've got this similar to Go stores. It's just named differently in the UK, where it's like supermarkets. So they're just basically gonna expand. That's why you even have like Walmart, where in the UK it's Asda. You just have a big conglomerate, one big company spanning over, and then squeeze out all the competition, and then they can just force people. Hey, people only have one option of how to access things. The FDF said exports to the EU had partially bounced back from 76% fall in January, but remained 41% down on a year ago. In addition, imports in the EU are down 17%, despite increasing from the rest of the world by nearly 6%. Imports of pork, chicken, and beef were now more than 30%, and fruit and vegetables were down more than 30%, and fruit and vegetables by 21% and 13% respectively. The Brexit trade deal has hit animal and plant products hardest because it failed to include an agreement to avoid form filling and physical inspections on so-called sanitary and phytosanitary controls. So the deal was shit. This deal that was meant to be amazing, that was meant to, revive Britain and make it the greatest place in the land. All of a sudden, the deal was shit. And that's the thing, is through. Anyone that was sitting there thinking, man, were cheering when Brexit came through. I'm like, you guys are idiots. You're through. They are already hurting exporters and deliveries to Northern Ireland, a problem set to grow when the full Irish sea checks, and most crucially controls on imports from the EU. Yeah, controls on imports. I think that's the one that comes in June. Finally come in last month, or maybe July. Last month, a Lords Committee warned a plant and animal checks would become a permanent barrier to trade unless the UK drops its opposition to a different deal. It rejected Johnson's claims of teething problems, arguing the punishing red tape is here to stay unless agreement can be reached with Brussels on common health and safety standards. Yeah, through. Done. Through. It's all that greatness, all that glory, it's not coming back, man. And that's the thing is your elites, they also ain't looking to bring that shit back, man. They're looking to destroy this place as well. We read this, Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Yeah, that wine that's gone round, really from America has been the chief place where that's come out from, and they've basically been pushing out that same wine, that same confusion, that same mess over the whole earth, and everyone's been bugging on it, man. And here as well, London, one of the unclean frogs from here as well. That's gone mad. That's gone mad. That's gone out. So this is what Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. Yeah, Babylon's fallen. Babylon's done, man. But it's like, what, take balm for her if she may be healed. All these economic policies, all these different band-aid fixes Esau's doing to basically keep this place going until, you know, he can try and get in the fullness of his plan. You know, is it going to work? Said, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For a judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Yeah, so we would have healed Babylon, but it can't be healed. This place can't be done. It's been, the word's gone out, man. The prophecy's gone out. It's set. That's the thing is it's not going to go back to any form of greatness. When what's his DJ Trump came in, it was like, what, you know, make America great again. That was the slogan. But America's not going to be great, because the only time it was great was when it was absolutely destroying the destruction of the northern and southern kingdom in the States, and then building up Esau's rulership off the back of that, as it was in prophecy, man. You know, that sword that was promised unto Esau. But what? That time's done. Now it's the time that the iniquity is accomplished for Jake. Now it's time for the punishment of the heathen. And I said, what? Her judgment reached unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Yeah, the nuclear missiles, man, lacing this place. Everything coming to an end. The economic system being destroyed. The food famine coming in. The curses. All these levels of destruction are coming, man. That's why it's like now. It's this small pestilence going around. This thing right now. This thing you know, going around out here. It's light compared to what's gonna come. It's going to be, that time of trouble, man. When that mark's being pushed out on Jake, made mandatory, then what? Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom, Yabashim Yashab, Shalom.